This is Paul. Yeah. Yeah. Phew. That really was a bad idea adding Alaska and Hawaii, known as the possessions. Yes. And then the additional square miles that we got, 650,000 of them. Yeah. From just two additional states. Yeah. Now, unjust? Yeah. Not just not acting justly or fairly as persons. Yes. Not in accordance with justice or fairness. Yeah. As actions of the court. Ouch. Inequitable, partial. Yes. Unfair. Yeah. Undeserved, unmerited. Yeah. Unjustifiable. Ouch. Now, this power of the court, Brent. Yeah. Where I got arrested for the accusation of violating your protection orders. Yeah. That you had to issue. Yeah. So that they had to dismiss it without prejudice, while at the same time saying I was incompetent. Yeah. Because of not having probable cause that I was in Sequim or Jefferson County. Yeah. And not having a prima facie case of any evidence against me. Yeah. So that you could continue to be employed as a judge. Yeah. I think it's unjust. Yes. Of this state and every state to refuse to acknowledge the obligation to exonerate the innocent. So that judges continue to be employed. Yeah. Now, I'd like to have my family. I'd like to have my sons. Ooch. I'd like to reside with Marilyn and her kids. Yeah. And I'd like to sue you, ooch, for the mandatory restitution, the civil liability right now. Now, in your infinite wisdom, yeah, it's unjust to refuse to obligate the enforcement of the laws. And I'm absolutely sure that I have some documented lawsuits where I, as a citizen, do get to sue you. Ouch. Now, Chase Bank is a full service interstate commercial bank. Yeah. 2013, they had almost $2 trillion in assets and a tier one capital of $140 billion. Could you call them for me? Yeah. I just want to make sure for the last 7 years. Yeah. Has their assets increased or decreased? Yeah. Now, I like the idea of having ownership of large national and potentially international banks because that's what they say they want to be as an international bank. Pooch. In fact, I'd like to know any and all holdings they have in any foreign nation. It seems to me that the nations of the world don't really believe that I have the right to sue them. In fact, it's possible that I have the right to have removed any bank from the United States. Yeah. In any foreign nation for misprision of any felonies. Yeah. Now, from my thought, yes, their U.S. footprint delineated over 200 AAs, including combined non-metro. These AAs include 6 multi-state MSAs. Yeah. Whereas the bank operates in at least 2 states. Yeah. Now, the evaluation included a full scope assessment of the 32 selected AAs. Performance in the remaining limited scope AAs was considered in developing state or MFSA ratings. Now, Chase, yeah, I think that you're no longer going to be able to do any business in a foreign nation. Yeah. You're going to be confined to the United States. And I'm going to want to know all of the chartered banks of this nation. Yeah. That have any branches in any foreign nation. See, there's this Office of Management and Budget. They happen to be federal employees, and we had a credit crisis where I lost my house to foreclosure. The metropolitan statistical areas or the metropolitan divisions as defined by the Office of Management and Budget. Yeah. It seems that the management and budget has will redesign the United States from the original 48 states plus its possessions. Yeah. To the 50 states and our loss of the square miles of the other 2 possessions. Yeah. To the Office of Management and Budget and their way of looking at the United States of America. Now, I want to know the MAs. Yeah. The MDs. A population of at least 2.5 million. And then the MSAs. Yeah. That is the urbanized area that has a population of at least 50,000. Ouch! Now, it looks like the Office of Management and Budget has a new census tract of CT. Ouch! A small subdivision of metropolitan and other densely populated counties. Census tract boundaries do not cross county lines. However, they may cross the boundaries of metropolitan areas. Ouch! Census tract generally has a population between 1,200 and 8,000, with an optimal size of 4,000 people. Now, let's say that I thought that there was a department, an agency, one of these divisions, right now, where the banking community decided to cut up the United States different than the states, counties, cities, towns, villages, tribal reservation, Indian country. And everybody decides to redefine the United States of America. For the banking community, it looks like they have their own way of looking at a map of the United States of America. And their thought was during the credit crisis, that they'd cut up the United States to look like what they want it to look like. And then during the census, we would redistrict the political divisions with the intention of gerrymandering. Now, I'm going to. All right!